No, I did some cocaine for a week. I had to get high. I had to back then. I had to get high. I couldn't handle it at all.
In a moment that sent shockwaves through the boxing world, 2-year-old Mike Tyson unleashed a revelation so explosive, it redefined the legacy of a rivalry steeped in history and respect. His electrifying message, delivered with raw intensity and introspective grace, peeled back decades of mystique to expose a truth about George Foreman that no one saw coming. Mike Tyson's confession comes at a time when the world of boxing is evolving rapidly and the echoes of past glories still reverberate. In modern arenas, in a conversation marked by candor and vulnerability, Tyson, whose life has been a roller coaster of triumphs, trials, and transformation, opens up about the enigmatic relationship he shared with the legendary George Foreman. The narrative that unfolds is not one of scorn or bitterness, but of introspection, respect, and a desire to reveal the profound human truths that underpinned their journeys inside the squared circle. Tyson's tone is measured and reflective, revealing the deep impact that decades of physical battles and personal struggles have had on his outlook on life. His words serve as a bridge between two eras of boxing, inviting audiences to explore the layers of rivalry, redemption, and personal evolution that have defined his storied career. Tyson begins by recalling the raw intensity of his early years, when boxing was not merely a sport, but a crucible for survival and self-discovery. Every punch thrown and every bruise borne was a lesson in resilience. He reminisces about a time when the ring was a microcosm of life itself, where each bout encapsulated not just a fight for supremacy, but an internal battle against personal demons. In those formative years, Tyson's world was dominated by the clash of fists and the roar of the crowd, a world where physical prowess was paramount and every victory or loss was etched deeply into the soul. Amid this chaos, there emerged a singular figure whose presence was as magnetic as it was intimidating. Tyson recalls the first time he encountered George Foreman, not merely as an opponent, but as a symbol of the fierce determination that boxing demanded. Foreman's reputation for raw power was matched only by the depth of his character, a duality that resonated with Tyson as he navigated the brutal realities of his early career. As Tyson reflects on the evolution of his own character over the years, he emphasizes that the passage of time has a way of softening even the harshest of memories. The fierce competitor who once thrived on the adrenaline of combat has grown into a man who finds strength in introspection and growth. In this transformation, Tyson finds a kinship with Foreman, whose own life story is marked by reinvention and redemption. Tyson explains that the intense rivalry they once shared on the canvas of boxing was only one facet of a far more complex relationship, a bond formed out of mutual respect for the struggles each man endured both in and out of the ring. He speaks of long nights of reflection, where the memories of past fights merged with the realities of present life, leading him to appreciate that every bout was a lesson in humility and perseverance. Tyson's journey from a young fighter driven by raw aggression to a seasoned veteran, embracing the nuances of life, is a narrative that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever faced personal adversity. The conversation takes on a philosophical tone as Tyson delves into the nature of strength and the true meaning of being a champion. Hito speaks with a measured cadence about the days when every fight was a testament to not only physical might but also the indomitable will to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. In those early days, the art of boxing was intertwined with the art of living, a lesson in discipline, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Tyson reflects on the transformative power of defeat, describing how each loss was an opportunity to learn, rebuild, and ultimately emerge stronger. In his candid recounting, Tyson admits that the weight of each defeat was heavy, but it was in those moments of vulnerability that he discovered the real measure of his strength. He explains that true power lies not in the ferocity of one's punches, but in the courage to confront one's inner weaknesses and rise above them. This introspection forms the cornerstone of his revelation about Foreman, a truth that underscores the shared humanity behind the legends of boxing. Tyson's narrative then shifts to recount the electrifying days of the golden era of boxing. He paints a vivid picture of the charged atmosphere of the arenas, where every fight was a spectacle of raw emotion and unyielding determination. The energy in those moments was palpable, with fans and fighters alike united in the collective pursuit of glory. Amid the cacophony of cheers and the thunderous impact of fists, Tyson found himself drawn to the complex personalities that defined the sport. Foreman with his thunderous punches and commanding presence, quickly emerged as one of the most formidable figures of that era. Tyson recalls watching Foreman in action, mesmerized by the sheer power and elegance of his movements. In the heat of battle, Foreman demonstrated an artistry that transcended the brutality of the sport, a graceful yet deadly force that left an indelible mark on everyone who witnessed it. Tyson's recollections are not merely nostalgic. They are imbued with a deep sense of respect for a fighter who, despite the fierce competition, maintained a dignity that few could match. In recent years, both Tyson and Foreman have experienced transformations that have redefined their public personas. Tyson, once known primarily for his explosive power and volatile temperament, now embodies the wisdom of a man who has weathered the storms of life and emerged with a clearer perspective on what it means to be truly great. His reflections on the past are now intertwined with a sense of purpose and a commitment to personal growth that inspires many. Tyson speaks at length about the lessons he has learned from his years in the ring, emphasizing that every scar, every bruise, every moment of pain was a stepping stone toward a deeper understanding of himself. His journey is a testament to the idea that redemption is possible for anyone willing to confront their inner demons and strive for a better future. This transformation has not gone unnoticed by the public, as the latest news reports and interviews reveal a more reflective and compassionate Tyson, one who now champions causes aimed at inspiring the next generation of fighters and everyday people alike. Foreman, on his part, has carved out a unique niche in the annals of boxing history. Beyond his reputation as a knockout artist, he is celebrated for his remarkable ability to reinvent himself. Foreman's post-boxing career has been as inspiring as his days in the ring, marked by a profound commitment to mentoring young athletes, engaging in philanthropic efforts, and even reinventing his public image as a charismatic entrepreneur. Tyson remarks that Foreman's journey from a fierce competitor to a respected elder statesman of the sport is a narrative of hope and perseverance, a reminder that the lessons learned in the crucible of competition can be harnessed to create a legacy that transcends the boundaries of sports. Tyson admires Foreman's ability to evolve, noting that it is a quality that not only defines a true champion, but also inspires countless others to seek transformation in their own lives. This admiration is not rooted in rivalry, but in a genuine recognition of the shared struggles and triumphs that have shaped both men over the decades. Throughout the conversation, Tyson is careful to emphasize that his revelations about Foreman are not intended to cast aspersions or diminish the other man's achievements. Instead, they are meant to shine a light on the often overlooked aspects of a fighter's journey, a journey filled with moments of intense competition, personal hardship, and ultimately, profound transformation. Tyson's words are a call to view the legacy of boxing through a more compassionate and comprehensive lens, one that acknowledges that every victory and every defeat contributes to the rich tapestry of a fighter's life. In his own unique style, Tyson recounts instances when he and Foreman shared quiet moments away from the glare of the spotlight, moments of mutual understanding and silent respect that belied the fierce competitiveness of their public encounters. These recollections serve as a powerful reminder that beyond the bravado and the theatrics of the sport, there exists a deep-seated humanity that binds all fighters together. In his extensive discourse, Tyson also touches on the rapid evolution of boxing in today's world, a sport that has been profoundly shaped by technological advances, changes in training methods, and shifting cultural attitudes. He reflects on how the modern fighter must balance the brutal physical demands of the sport with a new awareness of health, longevity, and the importance of mental well-being. Tyson observes that the lessons of the past remain as relevant as ever, even as the world of boxing becomes increasingly sophisticated and globalized. He stresses that while the methods and techniques may have evolved, the core values of discipline, respect, and resilience remain unchanged. Tyson's commentary on the future of boxing is both hopeful and grounded in the realities of a sport that continues to captivate audiences around the world. His insights are drawn not only from his personal experiences, but also from the latest news and trends that reveal a burgeoning interest in the deeper, more philosophical aspects of competition. Tyson envisions a future where fighters are celebrated not just for their physical prowess, but also for their ability to inspire and lead by example, an evolution that, in his eyes, honors the true spirit of boxing. As the conversation delves deeper into personal memories and broader reflections on the sport, Tyson becomes increasingly introspective. He shares how the weight of his early battles, both in the ring and in life, eventually gave way to a more profound understanding of forgiveness and self-acceptance. Tyson confesses that there was a time when he viewed every fight as a personal vendetta against his own inner demons, a relentless struggle that left him both physically and emotionally scarred. Yet in the quiet aftermath of those tumultuous days, he found solace in the realization that true strength comes from acknowledging one's vulnerabilities and learning from them. This journey of self-discovery, Tyson explains, has been the cornerstone of his transformation from a feared boxer to a reflective mentor. His narrative is imbued with the kind of raw honesty that challenges conventional perceptions of masculinity and toughness, urging audiences to embrace a more holistic view of what it means to be strong. Tyson's reminiscences are punctuated by vivid descriptions of life in the gym during his early training days. He recalls the smell of sweat and determination, the grueling hours spent honing his skills under the relentless guidance of seasoned trainers, and the camaraderie that bound fighters together in their shared quest for excellence. In these recollections, Tyson offers a window into a world that seems both distant and timeless, a world where every challenge was a lesson and every defeat carried the seeds of future triumph. He describes how the discipline and rigor of daily training not only forged his physical abilities, but also instilled in him a sense of purpose and direction that would later become the foundation of his personal redemption. These memories serve as a poignant reminder that behind every headline and every sensational story lies a human story of struggle, perseverance, and ultimately, transformation. A recurring theme in Tyson's lengthy discourse is the notion of legacy. He contemplates how the choices made in the heat of competition can reverberate long after the final bell has rung. For Tyson, the legacy of a fighter is not measured solely by the number of victories secured or the titles won, but by the impact that their journey has on future generations. He speaks passionately about the responsibility that comes with having influenced the world of boxing, a responsibility to honor the sacrifices of those who came before and to pave the way for those who will follow. Tyson's thoughts on legacy are particularly moving when he turns his attention to Foreman. He acknowledges that Foreman's remarkable ability to reinvent himself and create a lasting impact beyond the confines of the ring is a testament to the enduring power of resilience and self-improvement. In Tyson's eyes, Foreman stands as a beacon of hope and transformation, a living example of how one can rise above the mistakes of the past to build a future defined by compassion, wisdom, and unwavering determination. The dialogue takes on an almost cinematic quality, as Tyson weaves together threads of personal narrative with broader reflections on the state of modern society. He draws parallels between the struggles of a fighter in the ring and the challenges faced by everyday people striving to overcome adversity. Tyson's message is clear. Life, much like boxing, is a series of battles that test the limits of one's resolve, but it is also an opportunity to learn, grow, and ultimately emerge stronger. He speaks of the importance of perseverance, of never giving up even when the odds seem insurmountable, and of the need to embrace one's past, even the painful parts, as an integral part of the journey toward redemption. Tyson's voice, resonating with both the echoes of past glories and the quiet strength of newfound wisdom, calls on his listeners to re-examine their own lives and to recognize that every setback is but a prelude to a greater comeback. Recent news has brought fresh perspectives to this age-old narrative, with media outlets reporting on Tyson's ongoing efforts to mentor young fighters and promote charitable initiatives. These developments have only deepened the public's fascination with his personal transformation. Tyson's renewed focus on giving back to the community and his candid discussions about mental health and self-improvement have resonated with a new generation of fans. In interviews and public appearances, he has consistently emphasized that the true measure of success is not found in the number of knockouts or victories, but in the ability to inspire others to overcome their own battles. His remarks on these subjects, delivered with the wisdom of a man who has lived through the highs and lows of fame and fortune, serve as a reminder that every individual possesses the power to change the course of their destiny. Tyson's latest endeavors have sparked a broader conversation about the role of sports in society, a conversation that challenges the often one-dimensional portrayal of athletes and invites a more nuanced understanding of their journeys. His reflections on these matters add yet another layer to the rich tapestry of his narrative, reinforcing the idea that the essence of boxing, like life itself, is found in the resilience of the human spirit. In the midst of these extensive revelations, Tyson pauses to recount a series of intimate moments that encapsulate the quiet dignity behind his public persona. He recalls a time when, after a particularly grueling training session, he found himself alone in the locker room, overwhelmed by the magnitude of his own vulnerabilities. It was in that solitary moment of introspection that he realized that the scars born from past battles were not symbols of failure, but badges of honor, each one representing a lesson learned, a hardship overcome, and a step toward personal redemption. Tyson's reflections in these moments of quiet solitude reveal a depth of character that transcends the simplistic narratives of violence and aggression that have long defined his public image. He explains that the journey toward self-acceptance was neither swift nor easy, but it was through the slow, painful process of confronting his own imperfections that he ultimately discovered the strength to rebuild his life. His words resonate with a powerful message of hope and resilience, urging his audience to look beyond the surface of appearances and to recognize that every individual, regardless of their past, has the capacity for growth and transformation. Tyson's extensive narrative is interlaced with personal anecdotes that vividly illustrate the transformative power of time and introspection. He speaks of the early days of his career when every fight was a desperate bid for survival, and the ring was both a battlefield and a classroom. In those days, every bruise and every painful knockdown was a reminder of the raw, unfiltered reality of the sport, a reality that demanded not only physical strength but also mental fortitude. As he recounts these experiences, Tyson is careful to underscore that the lessons he learned in the heat of battle were not confined to the realm of sports. They extended to every aspect of life, influencing his approach to relationships, personal growth, and the pursuit of happiness. His narrative is a call to embrace life's challenges head-on, to see every hardship as an opportunity for learning, and to understand that the journey to redemption is paved with both struggle and triumph. The conversation ultimately circles back to the relationship between Tyson and Foreman, a connection that, despite the fierce competitiveness of their early encounters, was founded on a mutual understanding of what it meant to be a fighter. Tyson recounts moments when the two shared a silent camaraderie in the aftermath of grueling bouts, moments when the shared experience of pushing one's limits transcended the boundaries of rivalry. He emphasizes that while the public often fixates on the sensational aspects of their clashes, the true essence of their connection lies in the deep-seated respect they held for one another. Tyson's reflections reveal that the rivalry with Foreman was never about personal animosity, but rather a shared commitment to excellence, a commitment that drove both men to constantly evolve and redefine their limits. In Tyson's eyes, Foreman's journey is a living testament to the power of reinvention and the enduring impact of self-belief, qualities that continue to inspire both current and future generations of fighters. As the extensive account draws to a close, Tyson's parting words are imbued with the quiet dignity of a man who has embraced every facet of his journey. He speaks of the future with cautious optimism, recognizing that while the scars of the past will always remain, they are also the foundation upon which new victories are built. Tyson's final reflections emphasize that true greatness is not measured by the accolades amassed or the battles won in the ring, but by the capacity to inspire change, to embrace one's vulnerabilities, and to transform hardship into a force for good. His words are a stirring reminder that every fighter's legacy is a composite of both their triumphs and their trials, and that the true measure of success lies in the ability to rise above adversity and forge a path toward redemption. In this extensive narrative, Mike Tyson emerges not just as a former champion of the boxing ring, but as a mentor and a philosopher, a man whose life story is a mosaic of raw power, profound introspection, and unyielding resilience. His revelations about George Foreman, delivered with unvarnished honesty and heartfelt emotion, offer a rare glimpse into the soul of a fighter who has lived through the most tumultuous chapters of his life and emerged with a renewed sense of purpose. Tyson's account is a living testament to the transformative power of experience, a reminder that even the fiercest of competitors can evolve into wise, compassionate figures who inspire others to seek out their own paths to redemption. The dialogue between past and present is woven throughout Tyson's narrative, highlighting the eternal struggle between youthful impulsiveness and mature introspection. It is a story of two warriors, bound by the same unyielding spirit, who each in their own way redefined what it meant to fight, not just for victory, but for personal salvation and the betterment of those around them. Tyson's reflections on his own life and his candid commentary on Foreman's journey paint a picture of a sport that is as much about the human spirit as it is about physical prowess. His message transcends the boundaries of boxing, resonating with anyone who has ever faced a daunting challenge and found the courage to overcome it. In recounting these extensive reflections, Tyson calls on his audience to view life as a series of interconnected battles, where every setback is an opportunity to grow, and every scar is a symbol of hard-won wisdom. He urges viewers to look beyond the glare of the spotlight and to embrace the complexities of the human experience, a journey defined by both pain and redemption, struggle and triumph. His final message is one of hope, urging everyone to recognize that the true measure of a champion is not found in the accolades of the past, but in the promise of a brighter, more compassionate future. As the world listens to this extraordinary revelation, the legacy of both Mike Tyson and George Foreman is re-examined in a new light, one that honors the struggles, the growth, and the unbreakable spirit that have defined their lives. Tyson's introspective journey, marked by raw honesty and deep reflection, stands as a beacon for all those who dare to dream, to fight, and to transform their pain into power. His words, echoing across the annals of boxing history, remind us that every moment of defeat carries within it the seeds of future victory, and that every fighter, regardless of the battles fought, has the capacity to reinvent themselves. In the final analysis, Tyson's expansive narrative is not just a recounting of past glories and rivalries. It is an invitation to look deeper into the essence of what it means to be human. It challenges us to see the beauty in the struggle, to find strength in our imperfections, and to understand that every setback is a prelude to a comeback. His story, intertwined with the remarkable journey of George Foreman, is a timeless testament to the enduring power of redemption, resilience, and the transformative force of the human spirit. It is a legacy built not on the transient thrill of victory, but on the profound wisdom gleaned from every battle, every fall, and every triumphant rise. Mike Tyson's words, delivered with the raw power of a lifetime spent in the ring and the gentle insight of a man who has reconciled with his past, serve as an enduring inspiration. They remind us that the true fight is not waged with fists alone, but with the courage to face one's own imperfections and the determination to rise above them. In his heartfelt revelations, Tyson offers a roadmap for navigating the turbulent waters of life, a journey that is as much about inner transformation as it is about external triumph. His legacy, like that of the greats who came before him, is etched not only in the history of boxing, but in the hearts of all who have ever dared to overcome adversity and strive for greatness. In closing, the expansive testimony from Mike Tyson stands as both a memoir and a manifesto, a call to recognize that the power to transform lies within each of us. His revelations about George Foreman and his own journey through the trials of life and sport challenge us to look beyond the surface and appreciate the intricate, often painful, path that leads to true wisdom and strength. As his story continues to inspire a new generation of fighters and dreamers, it reinforces the timeless truth that every struggle, every defeat, and every victory is an integral part of the journey towards self-realization and redemption. Through his words, Tyson reaffirms that in the arena of life, every battle fought is a step closer to the ultimate victory of the human spirit. The legacy of Mike Tyson and the indomitable spirit of George Foreman remind us that while the physical scars of battle may fade, the lessons learned along the way endure forever. Their stories are intertwined with the hopes and dreams of millions, serving as a powerful reminder that the true measure of success lies not in the fleeting accolades of the present, but in the enduring impact of one's actions on the lives of others. Tyson's candid confessions and heartfelt reflections offer a rare glimpse into the soul of a fighter who has experienced both the fiercest of competitions and the quiet moments of introspection that follow. It is a message of reconciliation, of understanding, and of the unwavering belief that no matter how many times life knocks you down, the strength to rise again resides in every heart. In the wake of Tyson's monumental revelation, the boxing world and its global audience are left to ponder the deeper meanings behind the battles fought both in and out of the ring. His reflections, drawn from a lifetime of experiences, offer a roadmap for personal transformation that transcends the realm of sports and touches upon the universal struggles of the human condition. Tyson's voice, imbued with both the fire of past conflicts and the gentle wisdom of a man reborn, calls upon us all to embrace our vulnerabilities, to learn from our defeats, and to find hope in the promise of redemption. It is a narrative that challenges the simplistic dichotomy of victory and defeat, urging us to see every challenge as a chance to grow, to learn, and ultimately, to thrive. As the echoes of Tyson's words continue to resonate, they inspire not just those within the boxing community, but anyone who has ever faced adversity. His journey from the turbulent days of his youth to the reflective, compassionate figure he is today serves as a powerful metaphor for the potential inherent in every human being. It is a story of transformation, of the ability to turn pain into wisdom, and of the resilience required to overcome the many obstacles that life inevitably presents. In Tyson's final analysis, the truth about George Foreman is not a mere recounting of past rivalries or sensational headlines. It is a deeply human tale of struggle, growth, and the enduring capacity for change. In this comprehensive and expansive revelation, Tyson invites us to view life as an ongoing fight, a continuous series of battles that test our resolve and ultimately reveal the true nature of our character. His journey is a testament to the power of introspection, to the importance of forgiveness, and to the belief that every defeat is simply the precursor to a more profound and lasting victory. Through his stirring narrative, Tyson not only redefines his own legacy, but also offers a timeless message of hope and resilience that will continue to inspire long after the final bell has rung. In the end, Mike Tyson's extraordinary account, rich with detail and unyielding honesty, serves as a reminder that every fighter, whether in the ring or in the arena of life, is engaged in a constant struggle for self-improvement and redemption. His words stand as a tribute to the countless challenges that have shaped him, and a testament to the transformative power of perseverance. It is a legacy of not just physical triumph, but of spiritual and emotional growth, a legacy that resonates with every individual who has ever dared to fight for a better tomorrow. His revelations about George Foreman, delivered with the unfiltered authenticity of a man who has experienced both the highs of victory and the lows of defeat, invite us all to reflect on the deeper meanings behind every challenge we face. Ultimately, they reaffirm that within each of us lies the power to transform pain into purpose and adversity into opportunity, a truth that will continue to inspire and uplift for generations to come.